Welcome to Education Today. I'm Trey Montabell from Katanning Senior High School in the Armstrong School District. Tonight, we will feature an organization that we have never highlighted on Education Today. This organization does many things for the surrounding community as well as ours, and brings together many people from various walks of life to try to help communities and school districts become aware of drug and alcohol abuse, as well as ways to combat related issues. Tonight, we have brought in a member of this group to discuss the various initiatives that they put together each year to tell us what this group is all about. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Carrie Bent. I'm the Deputy Director for the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, and I'm also the Project Director for the Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
What exactly is this organization?
Well, the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, we are the single county authority. We provide drug and alcohol prevention, intervention, treatment, case management, and recovery services to the counties of Armstrong, Indiana, and Clarion. And the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition, it's a coalition made up of sectors in the community, key leaders in our communities that care about youth substance abuse, and we meet on a monthly basis to focus on those issues.
Okay. I feel like you just touched on this, but the coalition has monthly meetings. What or who make up the committee that meets?
Well, we meet the first Wednesday of every month, and it's at our office in Shalakta. And the people that come to our meetings are made up of parents, youth, school district administrators, teachers, law enforcement, youth serving agencies, civic organizations, religious organizations, healthcare, and government.
Okay. Now, when and how did this organization start?
Well, we were a recipient of a Drug-Free Communities grant. So we started up, there was a coalition that had met prior to us getting the award for the grant, but we just kind of took that coalition and made it into the Drug-Free Communities grant. But the coalition had started back to address the heroin epidemic in our counties.
Okay. Now, exactly what services does this coalition provide?
We provide, it's more of environmental programs that we do in the community's environmental strategies. We do prescription drug take-back programs. We do programs with youth. We conduct youth leadership conferences. We take youth to the SAD conferences. We do things in the community like Project Sticker Shock campaigns where youth go into beer distributors and place stickers on cases of beer that tell adults that it's illegal to provide alcohol to minors. We do those kinds of campaigns in the community to constantly remind people of how serious youth substance abuse can be.
Nice. Now, what communities does this group serve, and how do you guys keep up with so many areas across such a large geographic area?
Yeah, we do. The coalition itself does provide services strictly for Armstrong and Indiana counties, and you're right, it is a large geographical area and it's a rural area, so it is hard to sometimes get into all those really small communities. So we work a lot with the school districts to get the word out. And we've done a lot of town hall meetings in the smaller communities to also get the word out on substance use and abuse. Okay.
Now, I know there's a bit of federal funding involved. What kind of requirements or restrictions come along with this?
Yeah, the grant is a federal grant. It's through the Substance Abuse, it's SAMHSA, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, and what's called ONDCP, which is the Office of National Drug Control Policy. And we do have to do yearly annual reports to those agencies on what our progress is, and we have to put together action plans of what we're going to do in the upcoming year. So there are restrictions and guidelines that we have to follow for the grant and report back to our federal grantors.
Okay. Now, how do some of your ideas get their start? Are they things that the federal government is asking you to do, or do they generally come out of a committee or the general community?
Well, the grant itself does focus on youth substance abuse and collaboration among, people in the community. So those are the the focus is that we must abide by. But for us, how we get our ideas of what to do is it's all based on data. We collect data from our counties, so we know what substances that youth are using and where we need to place our focus. So we don't just, pull something out of a hat and say, let's work on this. It is based on data, and we use statistics from the Pennsylvania Youth Survey that's done in the school. We use countywide, reports of youth and past 30-day use of substances and things like that to base our programs on.
Okay, sweet. Now, when it's decided to move forward with one of your ideas or initiatives, do you try to implement it everywhere or just in certain areas?
We try to implement it both, in Armstrong and Indiana County. Now, again, they're two different counties, so a lot of their needs are the same, but there are instances where the needs are different. But we do have an action plan the coalition follows. So we follow our action plan, and we do base our programs where the need is, where our targeted need is.
Okay. The next question is, how do you determine these certain areas? But I guess I'll skip that one since you just got it. In what ways can someone get in contact with this coalition?
They can call the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Our number is 724-354-2746. They can ask for me, Carrie Bentz, and my extension is 306. They can email me, and my email address is at cbence, B-E-N-C-E, at aicdac.org. Very long. They can access our website. If you just Google Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission or www.aidac.org. And then we also have a Facebook page, so you can look us up under My Drug Free Community on the Facebook.
Oh, you guys are very out there then. That's
good. We're trying to get a Twitter, but we haven't made it there yet. Maybe you can help us out with that.
I haven't even done that yet, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We are all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the AboveTheInfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name's Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Hi, I'm Jen McCroskey. I'm a prevention specialist with the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Hey parents, put your drug knowledge to the test. Attend a free teen scene program. Learn about signs and symptoms of drug use and abuse, current drug trends, resources for help, and view a large display of items where drugs can be hidden. For more information, call 724-354-2746, extension 309 to schedule a program today. Brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
Welcome back to Armstrong School District's Education Today. Tonight we are talking with Miss Carrie Bentz, a crucial piece of the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Let's start to talk about some more specifics in what the organization does. I understand that there are grants that are offered.
Yes, our Drug and Alcohol Commission also receives gambling funding from the state. So we have gambling mini grants available that people can write for. In order to write for a grant, to apply for a grant, you just have to be a Pennsylvania organization or an individual with a federal tax ID number. And it is a cost reimbursement grant, and the grant needs to focus on gambling prevention, education, or awareness. And you can do things, with youth alternative activities and also incorporate some gambling prevention and education in those grants. And you can write to up to a total of $5,000.
Okay. Now, how exactly does the grant process work, and who can apply? I know you kind of just touched on who.
Yeah, I touched on the eligibility, but basically you could contact our agency and we will send you the application for the grant. It is a very easy application to complete, and then you would just send it back to our agency. We will review that application and see if it is consistent with what the state guidelines for the mini grants are. And if we feel that it's a good proposal, then we basically approve it, and then you can do your activities.
Okay. Now, I know it is based in Indiana County, but does this coalition work with other organizations in different counties?
Yeah, actually the coalition's based in Armstrong and Indiana County. The funding strictly does just cover programs in those two counties, but as a coalition, we do work with other county agencies, human service agencies. I know there's the Children's Advisory Commission in Indiana County that we work with. So any other organization, the tobacco-free coalitions we work with. So any other coalition that has the same mission as us, we try to partner up with, so that to reduce duplication of any of our efforts, but also to support other efforts as well.
Okay. Let's talk about the Drug-Free Communities Coalition. What is it, and how exactly is it related to the Drug and Alcohol Commission?
Okay. The Drug-Free Communities Coalition, it's a coalition made up of different sectors in the community in Armstrong and Indiana County. Sectors from, school, parents, youth, government, law enforcement. And as far as how it relates to the Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, is the Drug and Alcohol Commission is the fiscal agent, and then the coalition runs through the Drug and Alcohol Commission. We do have paid staff that are part of the coalition, and then we also have staff that are in kind and volunteer for the coalition as well.
Okay. Now, what kinds of things or services does this cover?
We cover all kinds of prevention services in the county, both through the Drug and Alcohol Commission and the Drug-Free Communities Coalition. We offer programs in the school. We do evidence-based curriculum in the schools, Too Good for Drugs program in grades K through 12. We do a basic addictions program with younger kids in pre-K, kindergarten, first grade. It's called Babes, and it has puppets, and the kids really like that. We do other programs for youth called Why Animals Don't Smoke, Why Athletes Don't Smoke, to teach them about tobacco prevention and education. We also offer tobacco cessation to youth in our counties through the schools if they would choose to have that. We offer things in the community. We have a teen leadership, or a teen scene program, that we do for parents, that shows parents where kids could be hiding drugs, either in their bedroom or on their person, and items, everyday items that kids could either be wearing or using that parents might not realize that have a drug connotation to them. So we talk to them about signs and symptoms and trends and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are really helpful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We try.
Another big initiative every year is the Youth Leadership Conference. What are some details that you can tell us about that? Like who attends, time, place, what exactly is it, things like that?
Yeah, this year the Youth Leadership Conference, it'll be at the IUP Hub on February 27th, and schools in Armstrong and Indiana County are all invited to attend, to send about 10, youth per school, and we get the kids together and we go over substance abuse, gambling prevention and awareness. We offer them programs. We like to do hands-on programs with the youth so that they can then take that back to their school and implement some of those things.
Okay. Why do you feel it's important for the youth of our communities, and what kind of feedback do you get from the event?
I feel it's important for the youth because I think we need to give the youth a voice in their communities and in their schools. You know, they a lot of times know a lot more than we do about what's going on and, you know, maybe what their friends are doing as far as substance abuse is concerned and any type of use. So they educate us as well. And then we're all, you know, we're trying to build a positive school climate. So we're hoping that they take, you know, that information back to their school and use it in a positive way.
Okay. Now I know another big program is the reality tour.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that? What kind of groups of people do you usually have attend?
Okay, the reality tour, we only sponsor the reality tour that's running at the Indiana County Jail. We do have one actually in Clarion County too at the jail as well. For Armstrong County, they're running a different program at this time. But the reality tour is a program that's made for a parent and a child to attend, or some kind of guardian, you know, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, even a teacher. It could be, you know, a Boy Scout leader, Girl Scout leader, that kind of thing as well. You have to be 10 years of age and up to attend the program, and it walks you basically through the life and death of a youth that gets addicted to heroin. And so it can be a little bit graphic, but also throughout the program it talks about signs and symptoms and drug trends, both for parents and for youth. And it's really supposed to start that conversation between the parent and the child about why not to use.
I've actually heard a lot about that. I heard it's a really good thing.
Yeah, you should check it out sometime.
Will do. Now, how can someone get information about signing up to attend one of these events, whether it's the leadership conference or the reality tour or just anything?
Again, they can just contact the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, and any one of our staff can help get them signed up for any one of these programs that we have. You can also check out our website again. If you just Google Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, some of our forms, registration forms, are on the website as well.
Okay. Now, why do you feel that the reality tour is important, and what kind of feedback do you receive about that?
We feel that the reality tour is important because, again, it's sometimes that first opportunity for the parents to start that conversation and to get knowledge on how to start that conversation with their child, and just to hear what is going on in their county, you know, the realistic of what's going on with substance abuse, because the district attorney is involved as well, you know, and he shares some of the local county data as far as arrests. And I just feel it's very important that parents start that at a very young age, because we know through our surveys that are done in the school that first age of use could be as young as 10 years old. So we need to start that conversation early, and we need to have that conversation often. And it provides a lot of good resources too for when they leave the reality tour, of things that they can be doing at home and just constantly following up on.
Okay. I mean, no pun here, but it seems like it really helps them get the reality of the situation.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Now, the coalition also collects data from the counties it serves. How is this data collected and presented?
We collect data through, like, again, I said the Pennsylvania Youth Survey. We collect data through archival data, like our arrest in the county, you know, Children and Youth Services, you know, different agencies in the county that would have data through the county coroners that might be related to substance abuse, treatment data. So we collect all that data and we put it together, and we do an assessment of our county, you know, where maybe we might be having a higher need for, you know, drug and alcohol education in the schools, or a higher need of drug and alcohol education in the community. So that's how we collect the data and then present it. We have presented the data to our coalition, and we have presented the data in town hall meeting type forums as well.
Okay. The next question is, what kinds of data is collected and for what percentage or grades is it obtained? And I feel like you just covered that fairly well.
Yeah,
so.
and in the Pennsylvania Youth Survey, it does cover 6th, 8th, 10th, and 12th grades.
Okay. I do want to mention a big initiative that one of our district schools started this year, which I believe started as an idea of one of these conferences. Could you just briefly talk about the program West Shamokin put into place?
Yes, the West Shamokin SAD Club had attended our youth leadership conference last year, and at that conference it was about building a positive school climate. So it wasn't only drug and alcohol, it was bullying and suicide prevention and just how to build that positive school climate so that when kids come to school they feel comfortable. And so West Shamokin took some of the ideas that they got from the conference back to their school, and then they came up with the Youth Ambassador Program. And they did present at our coalition meeting about a month ago, some of the youth from the Ambassador Program. And basically, it is older kids mentoring the younger kids. So like the senior high kids mentoring the junior high kids on, basic things like how your schedule is going to run at school, where your lockers are. So they pair them up so that somebody has a mentor and somebody they can go to if they need something. So it's a great program. I know our coalition community leaders just loved hearing from them and loved hearing about the program. So we're going to have them present at this year's Youth Leadership Conference. So maybe some other schools can take their ideas back with them.
Sounds like an awesome program.
Yeah.
And as you just said, I heard that they will be presenting at this year's conference and have received an award as well?
Yes, they did. They had received the SAD Club of the Year award through the Pennsylvania SAD chapter. So that's very honorable for them. So we're proud of their accomplishments.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Before we go, are there any other programs that you'd like to mention or talk about?
I did talk about the teen scene. Again, it's a program for parents, so you could call our office. We could bring the teen scene out to, a PTA meeting, a PTO meeting. We can bring it out to a work site. We can, basically bring that program anywhere. We also are starting something a little new, a lunch and learn program at work sites that we're starting to get into, where we can come to a place of work and do some training on drug and alcohol signs, symptoms, what to be aware of. Maybe if you're, for your employees. We can also talk about tobacco prevention and offer cessation right at the work site if somebody was interested in that.
Okay. Now just one more time, could you mention ways people could contact you or your group?
Sure, they could call us at 724-354-2746. They can ask for me, Carrie Bentz. They can also email us, specifically me, which would be cbence, B-E-N-C-E, at AICDAC.org. They can also access our website by just Googling Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission or going to AIDAC.org. Or they can contact us through our Facebook at My Drug Free Communities.
Still working on that Twitter.
Yeah, still working on that Twitter.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention for the benefit of our viewers?
I can't think of anything right now. I think this interview was very in-depth and we got to cover a lot of our programs, but we do have recovery services available as well for people that just might need some extra support, or people that just might not know where to start if they themselves have an addiction or have a loved one that has an addiction. And again, they can just call our office, and we have certified recovery specialists that they can help them get to where they need to be or help them get into treatment.
Okay, thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guest, Carrie Bentz of the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, for taking time to join us tonight. Our thanks goes out to the TV production students of Katanning High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Donald Swanson. They were our film crew today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. DVD copies of Education Today programming can be requested by contacting Chris Garatano, the multimedia technician at Katanning Junior High School. Visit our website for uploaded information about the district, and have a great week.